Thank you. Yep. Okay, so on your desk, you have two different pieces of paper, a calculator and a pencil. Okay, you will get to use a calculator tonight on your homework. We're still doing unit rate. Who can tell me what is unit rate? Unit rate or unit price? Jude?
How much it costs for one?
How much for one? Yeah, the price per one. Today it won't just be money. It could be how many miles per gallon. How many miles can you go on 1 gallon of gas? Okay, per one. That's unit rate where one of the numbers is a 1. You're finding the something per something. But this paper, you're also going to have to identify the rate. What do you think a rate is? You know what a unit rate is. What do you think a rate is? You've already seen several of them. Sophia, you'll need to grab one of each of those pieces of paper and then a calculator if you don't have one. What do you think a rate is? If a unit rate is something per one. Jack?
Something per something mile?
Yeah, it's really the given information. If I said it's $6 for 10 apples, that's a rate. It's giving me a comparison of two different quantities. So a rate is really just our given ratios. So if I said there are 425 students in 12 classes, if I found the unit rate for that, what would my labels be? If I said there's 420 students in 12 classes, what would the unit rate label be? Hey guys, I need you to focus up here, not on Dane. Dane, I need you to get here on time, okay? 3 and 4 or 5 minutes late is too long. So if I'm saying there are 420 students in 12 classes, that is my rate. What would my unit rate? What would I be finding if I find the unit rate for that rate? Naomi?
How many people are in one class?
Yeah, how many students per class? If I am figuring out, if I said I can run 12 miles in 58 minutes. 12 miles in 58 minutes is my rate. Nate, what would my unit rate, what would I be finding?
How fast you can do a mile?
So we could find how many minutes per mile. I would have to flip it. Could I also find how many miles per minute? Yes, so for any given rate, you could actually find 2 unit rates. If money is involved, where do we put money? On the top. If it's anything else, really both of them are okay. Usually one of them makes more sense than the other. Like with gas, you want to know how many miles you can go on 1 gallon of gas rather than how much gas it takes you to go 1 mile. Okay, but you could find either one of them. So that's what we're going to do today is you're going to write down rates and then find the unit rate. So I have these minimized up here, but you should have one worksheet that has problems on it. The other one is going to be our work page. The worksheet that has the problems on it, it doesn't have to have anything on it when you come tomorrow. The other piece of paper will be completely filled up. We're going to do several examples together, and then you're going to have some for homework. So looking at, not this one, go to the front side, looks like this. Okay? If money is involved, we put it on top. If money is not involved, and this is the only information it gives us, we just do it in the order that it's given. Because again, we could do either way. So this first one says 9 batteries cost $29. So on our work page, the first thing I ask for is the rate. What is the rate that we are given? Nolan? 9 batteries cost, what was it, $25? $29. What is the rate that I'm given? Who can answer that? Livy? 9 to 29. Okay. 9 to 29 is almost. I need labels, and think about if money's involved, where do we want money? At the top. So we want $29 on top. Over 9 what's? Batteries. So I'm going to put just bat out here to the side so I have labels. That's my rate, $29 for 9 batteries. That is a rate. Now, just to help us figure out what we're doing, what math needs to be done, if I'm going to find the unit rate for that problem, which of those am I trying to get to a 1, Jack? The battery. So we're just going to halfway set it up just so we can see. We're trying to get that 9 to 1. We're trying to find the price for 1 battery. Stella, how do I get from 9 to 1? Divided by 9. So what division problem would I have to work out to find the unit rate here? To find the 29 divided by 9. So here is where we're going to write that. The division problem we would have to solve, because we would divide the bottom by 9, divide the top by 9. I'm not forcing you to do long division tonight because we're practicing unit rates. In your calculator, type in 29 divided by 9 because it's not a pretty answer. Stella, what'd you get?
3.2222.
Okay, 3.2 repeating. So when you are talking money, how many places are important? Livy? My answer needs to be 2, but how many places are important? Jude?
3.
What?
3.
3, why?
Because the dollar.
Okay, so you're incorrect. Carter?
4.
It's not, it's 3 something. Jack?
3 decimal places, and then you have to round.
Yes, 3 decimal places. We can't just chop off numbers, but we can round numbers. So if you get an ugly decimal, which you will tonight, you do the whole number and 3 decimal places. So on this one, we're going to write down 3.222. Whether it's money or not money, we're going to round everything to 2 decimal places tonight. Unless when you divide it out, if you get 7, like a whole number, don't add decimal places. Okay? So how do we round that? How do we round? What do we look at? Nolan?
The third 2 and the second 2.
Yeah, I'm seeing, is this 2 going to keep that to a 2 or is it going to bump it up to a 3? It's going to keep it a 2. So what is my answer? What is my answer? My whole answer, Nate?
3.222 repeating.
Nope, that's
3.
that would, but that's money. We're talking money. Would you say I have 3.2222 repeating dollars? Livy?
$3.22
That's part of my answer. $3.22
per battery.
per battery. Remember, unit rate has 2 labels. So we would write $3.22 per battery. I'm going to write it like that on this one. There's another way we could write that answer. Okay, number 2, I'm just going to read it instead of flipping back. Says 6 movie tickets cost $25. Jude, what is my rate?
Wait, do we write our answers on that?
No, you don't have to write anything on the worksheet. All of your work can be right here on this work page. 6 movie tickets cost $29. Jude, what's my rate? $25. 6 movie tickets cost $25.
25 over 6.
So $25 over 6 tickets. Okay, if I'm finding the unit rate, what am I actually finding, Jack?
Money per 1 ticket.
The cost per 1 ticket. So I'm going to show that we're trying to get that denominator to a 1. Chase, how do I get from 6 to 1?
Divided by 6.
So what math problem would I have to type into my calculator here? 25 divided by 6. Sadie, tell me what you get when you divide that out.
4.16666.
Okay, how many of those do I need to write down?
Only.
So 3 decimal places, so 4.166. Now I have to round it properly. So this 6 is going to help me decide what's going to happen to that 6. Livy, is that 6 going to stay a 6 or bump up to a 7? Bump up to a 7, so my answer is 4.17, but I need more. Ethan, what else do I need?
$4.17.
Still per ticket. What else can I use instead of putting the word per? Chase? Slash. So I could put $4.17 per ticket like that. I do not care which way you choose to use it. Okay, does that make sense? So on this side, if money is involved, where does it go? At the top. If money is not involved, you just do it in the order that it gives you. Okay? If it gives you two labels, you do it in the order that it gives you. Flip it to the back. It's very, very similar. It has a few more words, and this one, the question gives us the order that the ratio goes in. So number 1, I'm just showing you different ways to. John spent $36 to buy 4 basketballs. I've already taught you it's always price over product if money is involved, okay? But also the question gives you the order of your ratio. What was the price per basket? I want you to circle that. Price per basket. Basketball. That right there is telling me my labels are going to be dollars over basketballs. The question will usually give you, if it asks a question, in the other one it didn't ask an actual question. The directions just said find unit rate. On these ones, all of them have a question, and the question gives you the order. Am I finding dollars per basketball or basketballs per dollar? In this one, we're finding dollars per basketball. We could, for any given rate, you could find 2 unit rates. Why doesn't it make sense to find how many basketballs per dollar? Why does that not make sense, Harper?
Because you could get half of a basketball for $1 or something.
Yeah, can you cut basketballs into pieces? Yeah. You can, but are they still usable? No, so when you go to Walmart, you don't care how many basketballs you get for $1. You want to know the price for 1 whole basketball, because that's how we use them. So on the work page, it's going to look very similar. Not scroll down. You guys don't scroll. Look down. Are we on the back for you guys? Yeah. Okay. This one says word problems. Rates number 1 worksheet, which is the back. You flip to the back. So you should see 1 through 10. Then it says word problems, rates number 1 worksheet on back. Okay, so on the back, what was the rate given, Sophie? What rate was given to me?
36 and 4.
Okay, $36 and 4. I'm just going to label it as BB. What are we trying to get to 1, Reese?
How much was 1 basketball?
Yeah, 1 basketball. Bryce, what division problem am I going to have to do? 36 divided by 4. Should I need a calculator for that one? No. Nolan, what is my answer? No.
$9 per basketball.
There we go. $9 per basketball. Okay, number 2 says Tracy ran 1,000 meters in 5 minutes. How many meters / minute did she run? Circle meter / minute. What does that mean? What does that mean, Harper?
Meters over minute.
Yeah, that means I'm doing meters over minutes, but it's asking how many meters per minute. It wants to know how many meters she went in 1 minute. But yes, it's giving us our labels. That means we want meters on top, and I want minutes on bottom. So the rate that it gave me was what, Stella, in meters over minutes? What did it give us? 1,000 over 5? That's what, 5 minutes? Okay, she's a fast lady. Chase, what am I trying to get to 1 if I'm finding meters per minute?
Minutes.
Trying to get minutes to 1? What's my division problem?
5 divided
Okay, on bottom I would have to do 5 divided by 5. So what's the division problem I would have to work out?
1,000 divided by 5.
1,000 divided by 5 is, Livy?
200 meters per.
There we go. 200 meters per minute. And again, you can use the slash or you could use the word per. It all means the same thing. Let's skip 3 for a second and go down to number 4. I'm skipping 3 because it deals with money and we've already done several examples. Number 4, Isabella flew 600 miles in 120 minutes. How many miles per minute? Circle where it says miles per minute. That is giving us our labels, telling us miles are on top, minutes are on bottom. It could give us the numbers in a different order, but the question still tells us the order that we need to put it in. How many miles did it give me in my initial rate? Nate? 600 miles. In how many minutes, Sophia? 120. Which of those numbers am I trying to get to 1 if I'm looking for miles per minute? Sadie? Which of those am I trying to get to 1 if I'm looking for miles per? I'm trying to get minutes to 1. So what division problem, Stella, am I going to have to do? 600 divided by 120. Carter, what is our answer?
5 minutes per mile.
I agree with, why is it miles per minute, Ella, and not minutes per mile? Because miles is on first, or miles is first up here, Carter. So it's in the same order, miles per minute. So 5 miles per minute. Okay, questions over what you are doing. Okay, I want you to notice something. On the worksheet, on the front side, there are 10 problems. How many workspaces are there? 10. Flip it to the back. How many workspaces are there? 11. How many problems are there? Are you going to have to do them all? No. Well, but also there's only spots for 11. So you will only have to go down to number 11. We did number 1, 2, and 4 together. So do you think you have to redo those? No. So on the back side, you will do number 3 and then 5 through 11. On the front, you will do problems 3 through 10. Okay, you can use a calculator on all of them. When you're done, the work page should be 100% filled in. I don't care if you have anything on the actual worksheet. Okay, if you get that done and your weekly worksheet is not complete, work on your weekly worksheet. If you get it done, go ahead and turn that in. This worksheet, tonight's homework, don't turn it in, just hold on to it. Yeah, you don't have to have your answers on the actual work page or on the worksheet, just put them all on like this paper here. Yes?
Will we ever have to round?
So rounding, good question, listen carefully. Whether it's money, you always round to 2 places. One thing I forgot to have you guys add it to the top. I had the other class do this. Go to the top in the margin. I don't care which, if you're on the front or the back. If we're talking money and you do the math and you get like 1.5, that's not money. How much money is that, Ethan? $1.50. So if you give me 1.5, you're losing a little bit of points because that is $1.50. If you get a long, ugly decimal, no matter what your label is for tonight, round it to 2 decimal places. So keep 3, round it to 2. Whether you're talking money, gas, miles, whatever it is, round it to 2 decimal places tonight. Yeah, only if it's a long, ugly decimal. If you get a whole number, leave it a whole number. Jack?
So if it's not money, you can leave it at 1 point?
Yeah, so if you're talking about like miles, you could leave it as 1.5 miles. Good question. Or minutes. Okay, you guys have the rest of the time to work.